What's up, everyone? It's Lars Wolf, and yep, that's the Multi-Purpose Racer 2.0 sitting next to me, and welcome to another update. Now, I wanted to come to you with some more technical stuff, and yeah, I've decided to try to paint myself into a corner this week, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get out of it, but I'm going to give one hell of a try. I'm going to have to make it work. So I've decided to go ahead and try to install the G-25 550 turbo on the Multi-Purpose Racer before we go and get it tuned next week. So that means a bunch of late nights for me this week. So what's going on? Well, we have a couple of fitment issues, and I can show you what's going on with the 3D printed version that I got and how vital that was to getting this all work out. So here, let's walk over here and I'll check it out. All right, so here's the turbo on our manifold where we're gonna have it placed. And when I had this all plumbed up, or all in my head, I wanted to have the turbo more upright, so it has less distance to go from the end of the valve cover to the bulkhead between the driver's compartment. Try to keep things as compact as possible, but that ran into an issue. But the other thing is I wanted, at that point, I wanted the outlet, the turbo, the pressure outlet, to be vertical like this, so I could just take a 90-degree and kind of plumb it right into my original system. The problem that we had is the internal wastegate alignment, and that is where this has to be lined up with this has to be in the exact same location as where that is to this. So there would be a bunch of interference, and unfortunately it's not going to work. But that's okay. I'm still going to use this turbo. I'm still going to make it work. And because of this 3D printed version, it was actually pretty easy to figure out how to make it all work. I actually used the clamp off the original turbo to hold everything together, because that's the only thing it doesn't come with. But otherwise, all these pieces, the central housing, the turbine housing, the impeller housing, all are, I can move them around and clock things to make it fit. So it was really nice playing with this. And then also, I was able to bolt it to our output flanges. And you can see the other thing I found with the studs that I'm using is that there is like no clearance to get one of these studs in. You looking at just what, 6 millimeters there, 5 millimeters to get that all put together. So the turbo is going to be a bit of a bear to get on and off the car whenever. It might be one of those scenarios where it gets bolted on the manifold and then the manifold gets bolted on the engine. That'd be easier, but I don't know yet. So that's what we have going on, but now I'll show you my solution. Okay, so here we go. Here the turbos next to each other again. And you can see with where this housing needs to be comparison to this housing, because we confirmed that on the mock-up of the cylinder head over there on the fab bench. This is where it's how it looks in real life and how it's misaligned. It's that close. Now, I could modify this bracket a little bit, but it gets me a little closer to these 2 points, but it's still off. We get to the point where this starts to interfere with the opening of the turbo outlet, so it just it messes it up. So what I've decided to do is actually built an extension off this arm. Now I know I might catch a lot of flack for that, but sorry, I'm gonna do it because I can and I want to. And I think I have the confidence to be able to do that. So as you can see, I've just built this little tab to be welded on the end of the wastegate actuator arm, the adjuster side of it, and it lines up with that hole pretty easy. And I'll shape it so it doesn't interfere with this little bend right here and stuff like that, so it should be all right. And that's okay. I've taken the time, I've taken a lot of measurements off this wastegate to make sure that whatever I'm doing is gonna put it right back to where the factory settings are. And I'll also confirm that with the guys at Garrett to make sure that everything's gonna work the way it should. But yeah, so now some of you might be saying, well, why don't you use an external wastegate? I was like, well, that's on the car now, and due to the packaging where it's put, I have no other place to put it. There's a lot of heat buildup, causes the diaphragm to fail, and I've had it happen twice now, and I can't have it happen again. So I decided to go with this internally wastegated unit. I'm gonna make it work. It's gonna be awesome. I'm not worried about it one bit. This is just another chapter in the book of the Multi-Purpose Racer, and it's kind of cool. I like doing stuff like this. I like problem solving. So stay tuned for more updates coming up this week, because basically that's all the time I got to get this turbo and exhaust manifold built and on the car before we head up to Portland to see Jason at Portland Speed Industries, where he's going to be tuning the Link standalone ECU. So that should be pretty cool. So there's a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline, so stay tuned for all the updates that I got coming. Again, as always, everyone, hit that subscribe button, like, follow, share. It helps me tremendously, and we'll see you guys at the racetrack. Take care.